It's the Energy Sessions Arena, and I'm here with Mr Hudson, who's literally just come off stage. How are you? Oh, we're back on stage actually.
Yeah, the arena has cleared. Nothing but a few security guards foraging amongst the bottles. I wonder what they're looking for. What are they looking for?
I don't want to know, I don't think.
Can we pan across to the... Hiya! Hiya!
Now, you ended on Purple Rain by Prince. I'm a little bit worried that you set a romantic tone amongst the campers. I don't know.
Let's hope so.
Yeah, dangerous though, don't you think?
As long as everyone's prepared, you know.
Oh yeah.
Not too drunk.
Now, it was quite a mixed bag of tunes in there. There was some hip-hop classics, a bit of Nirvana, some dubstep, obviously, because that needs to happen at all times these days.
Absolutely.
So for a festival crowd, is that essential just to mix it up a bit?
You know, I haven't DJed to a lot of festival crowds before, but having played Leeds and been to Reading a couple of times as a youth, I think I sort of had a relatively good idea of what the order of the day was, and you know, I guess kind of rock and dubstep sit really well together. They're kind of, maybe for me, like dubstep's like heavy metal for hipsters, you know.
Yeah.
So they're interchangeable, and a lot of the southern hip hop stuff is about the right tempo as well. So you can be quite schizophrenic and go between like trap music, rap music, dubstep, trap step.
nice hybrid there.
And then just have a sing along at the end. I think that's the mission, isn't it?
A few classic cheese in there. I think it always needs to happen, doesn't it? So
yeah. People love a sing along, you know. So you just kind of ease them in.
Gently, hopefully.
Just we need to get you your shine. Get in the
light.
Really
there don't. It's been a long day. I'm not looking my best. Now, I read in an interview that you sometimes like to be a bit unprepared because it gives an extra fizz for a performance. So how prepared were you for today?
Who told you that? I spent weeks of preparation.
Yeah?
No, I mean, at the end of the day, you can over-prepare. If you could have a really stiff set list, and then if people aren't feeling a certain vibe at a certain point, and you're not flexible, then it's not going to work. So I think you just got to have about 10 times as many tunes as, you know, just as many tunes as possible. That's the great thing about the laptop, you know, as long as you don't get lost in it, which I did do actually.
At what point?
It comes a bit like using a word processor sometimes, just typing in random words, you know.
Did you stop engaging with the crowd at that point then, or were you just like in your own little zone?
Yeah, you know, initially I wasn't really into laptops. I just liked using the CDJs just as decks, and because I'm not into the whole like checking your Facebook thing. You know, a lot of DJs, you're like, well, what are they actually doing? Yeah. And you know, I'm very new to DJing, I have to be honest. So I come at it as a musician and as a fan of music. So I don't take myself too seriously, but people just want to have a good time. I'm flattered that the responsibility of entertaining the whole crowd. You know, everything else had stopped, and so we had a brilliant, massive crowd here, and. And I hope I delivered.
It was a success all in all, I think.
It was good fun, wasn't it?
Now, like you said, you do DJing, but that's relatively new. But you're a producer, you're a performer, you're a vocalist, you're a featuring artist. Which role are you most comfortable with out of all of those?
I like being able to do, you know, be a jack of all trades and do a bunch of things. So, you know, I think you have to be now. You know, gone are the days when you just flop out an album every 2 years and move to the West Indies. You know, it's a trade. You know, you got to sort of move around. It's healthy. I think it's really good to do different things. If I was I'm spending a lot of time in the studio at the moment producing, working on things like Josh Kumra's album. Just finished the Big Kids record, and still doing hip hop stuff, and you know. It's great, you know, technology allows us to do so much. So.
Didn't you release a video for Big Kids this week?
Yeah, we just put a video out a couple of days ago. It's called Heart Sing. It's on YouTube. Type Heart Sing, Big Kids, maybe plus Mr Hudson in, should come up.
I read the comments actually underneath, and everyone was saying it's pretty much happiness in a song. Was that the aim of the song? Yeah,
that's the aim of Big Kids as well. You know, I've done my fair share of sort of navel-gazing ballads and stuff, and I probably will do again, but for a minute I just wanted to you know, get all my guitars and stuff out and kind of go back to that a little bit, because that's what I come from ultimately. It's just you know, writing songs at the guitar or the piano. But you can imagine that, like, if you're in the studio making an album for a month, and then you get to come and basically party with 3,000-4,000 people, whatever it was.
It's
You
all
know,
right, isn't it?
it's a nice change from
Yeah.
staring at the computer in a small room in North London
Did you
on your own.
Oh, are you always on your own then? Is that how you work best, or can you have people just milling around you and you can just get in, you know, your work mindset?
Well, you can't. I don't think you can work in a bubble indefinitely. I mean, maybe some people can, but I can't. I'm quite sociable, so you know, just work with different people. The diary's full, you know. It's a different. I've been working with Wretch 3-2 and got some dates with Pro Green in the diary. It's really nice to be working on UK hip hop for a change. And the wonders of Twitter, you know, you hit people up and you're like, do you want to come around and play at my house, kind of thing. It's great,
right, isn't it? If you could tweet anyone and you weren't scared about tweeting them to get a decline, who would you tweet and get them around?
David Bowie.
Well, that's a dream for everyone. Since Labyrinth, that's been my dream.
Absolutely.
Oh, don't start me on David Bowie. I want to talk about Big Kids a bit more, because I think you spend quite a lot of time doing that. I think you turned your house into like a creative hotbed and just jammed with Rosie quite a lot there.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't really know what we were doing. We just made some music, and it eventually became a thing, so we gave it a name. And I, you know, initially thought it was just going to be a Mr Hudson featuring Rosie, and then it was so much fun, and just the songs kept coming. Because duets open up so many new concepts and ideas. You know, you can, with a duet, you can argue, you can flirt, you can have very different stories to the kind of monologue of a typical song. So the songs just kept coming. We eventually realised we had more than an album, and we wanted to tour it. So it's finally exploding.
Good. And you say
spilling.
Oh, lovely. You say you don't really rehearse; you just gig a lot. Do you hope that's going to continue, just doing it that way rather than actually having to make a concerted effort to...
Yeah, I think we find rehearsals a bit boring. When we have a rehearsal, we kind of play for about 3 hours and then go and do something else. And as we were talking about with over-preparing for, you know, for anything, you can kind of end up at a point where you can have a preconceived idea of what the performance is going to be, and it becomes crystallised, but then again it might as well be like a West End show or something.
Yeah.
You know, I think the audience, if they're going to see a live band, they want something unique. And you don't get that as much with DJing. I mean, the great thing about playing live is you can just be like, let's speed up, let's slow down, let's have an extra guitar solo, let's stop and talk to the audience, let's crowd surf, you know. I guess the two worlds are kind of merging, aren't they?
Yeah.
You know, of electronic music and bands.
I think that's a good thing, don't you?
Yeah, and I mean, I'd been touring for so long, you know, as Mr Hudson, as a kind of lone figure down the front of the stage with a microphone. You know, had a wonderful band always, but it was very much like I was just promoting myself, talking about myself in interviews, and it's nice to be back in the band environment and to have a collaborator in Rosie that, you know, she inspires me, and we challenge each other,
and you can share the joys and the pressures as well, can't you?
Do you know what? It's nice to be able to just say, look, I'm really hungover. Can you answer that email?
Exactly.
You know.
Yeah. Now we can see you in October. Is that right?
Yeah, there's a mini Big Kids tour in October.
Mini Big Kids. Okay.
Just building it from the ground up. You know, it's kind of the best bit sometimes.
Okay, so just check all the Facebook and Twitter to keep up to date on all of that. I think you've got a new Big Kids Twitter, haven't you?
Yeah, Big Kids Music, and the Tumblr's really funny. I mean, the thing is, you know, the bigger the crowd, the further away they are. I mean, I don't know if the guys have panned round at some point, but you've got like a 12-foot gap there between, you know, and the decks are set back like 8 foot. But I like playing in pubs where like people can, you know, you see the whites of their eyes. Yeah, they can molest you and vice versa.
That's the ideal situation.
Yeah.
Now, the rest of the night, what are you going to do? What are you going to use that buzz to do tonight?
Well, yes, I am definitely buzzing on
the Relentless energy drink?
On the legal high that is Relentless. It's my first Relentless tonight. I had two. I doubt I'm going to sleep, but...
Ooh, good luck with that.
No, I'll be fine. I'll have a cup of tea and watching telly.
Have a productive work night, maybe?
I've been up since 7 a.m. I was in the studio all day, and then did a set in Manchester, and then here. So I might go to bed if that doesn't sound too sad.
Maybe a box set and a cup of tea.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Exactly.
Perfect.
Or just see what's on the telly.
Lovely.
You know.
I'll have a nice chillax, as they call it these days. And good luck
Thank
with
you.
big kids and everything else.
Good to see you.
You too.
Take care. God bless.